Right, YouTube, it's Big Mike. Without further ado, retro, and you've had a parcel arrive, so I'm going to do an unboxing and show you what's arrived. Cheers. Right, here's the parcel. I haven't opened it. I know what's in it. It's an order of Amiga games that I put in. It's a job lot, but I was really excited to get this one. I got it at a good price. There's some fantastic games in here. I do have some of these games. What I will do, as you know, usually if you buy bulk loads, whatever you've got, obviously you keep the best edition for yourself, and then resell on your spares. So, and hopefully it pays for itself, or you get the games for cheaper than what you would normally paid. So it's very well packaged. This one is Darkman. There's a running theme with this box. Well, they're all Amiga games, and they are all Ocean. So, first one there is Darkman. Next one, I'm not sure if I've got this, but I've got it on the Spectrum. It's the Untouchables. Used to love this on the Spectrum. Not got too many memories of the Amiga one, so. Boxes are not in the greatest of condition, but still okay. Still nice condition for the age of the games. Like I say, you get them in honest condition. And you know, if a better version comes up in nicer condition, then you know you always have the opportunity to upgrade. So, right, we'll move. This one's Robocop. So, I've got this game loads of times now, mainly on Spectrum. So this box is a bit. I've got one on the Spectrum, it's really nice condition. This is a bit more sort of honest condition. This one. So obviously Robocop there. Let's see if I can open this, because this had something pretty cool inside. If I can show you. In there, doesn't appear to have a manual, but it was just a cool badge. I'm trying to show you. I can't really do it one-handed. There's a badge there. I think you're supposed to put that on a window. It says, "Warning: this property is protected by Robocop," which I haven't seen that inside any of my other Robocops. So that's something new and unusual. So that's that one. That's one side. Okay, that's Robocop. So now the next one is couldn't have done that better if I tried. Robocop 2. So it's in slightly nicer condition. It's pretty cool drawing there, Robocop there over the wall when I think that's, you know, it's referring to the when Kane and him are having that massive fight. Not too bad a game, Robocop 2. It's okay, it was okay. Remember on the Spectrum probably more than the Amiga as well. So, film was okay, it wasn't great, it was nowhere near as good as nearly was nowhere near as good as the first film. The first film was a classic, and the others were a bit of a disappointment after that, really, in my opinion. For what that's worth. Right, next one we have is Navy Seals. Another pretty good game. Probably same with this one. Remember it more on Spectrum than on the Amiga. So that was Navy Seals. I do remember this on the Amiga. This was Puzznic, which was not really into many puzzle games, but Puzznic was pretty cool. It was quite a good game by Taito, so must have had an arcade. I've never seen the arcade of it, but I've certainly played the Amiga version of this, and it's pretty cool. Can't remember much about it, so but I just remember it was good and it had good music if I remember correctly. So that's Puzznick. The next one, I can see what this is before I take it out. This is Chase HQ. This one's nice condition. Chase HQ. What we said about Chase HQ, an absolute classic. Brilliant on the Amiga and on the Spectrum. Absolutely fantastic on the Spectrum. Possibly one of the best Spectrum games. Certainly for getting the most out of the Spectrum. And there's it's either the shots of the arcade there or the Amiga version. Not 100% sure with that. So, but this game's very, very nice conditions. Best condition out of the ones that I've taken out so far. So, a slight mark there. But you know, other than that, that's pretty nice, almost in sort of newer condition, that one. So that's Chase HQ. Right, next one out of the bag, or out of the box. So another one I do have, which is Shadow Warriors. So obviously this is very nice condition, this one as well. The thing is, the other one I've got is very nice condition as well, so whichever turns out to be the best condition I will keep, and then the other one I will sell on. So that's Shadow Warriors there, and 1989, the arcade Temco. So that's Shadow Warriors there. So yeah, that's that one. The next one is another coin up game. Now this is a game that I bought this for mainly. Sly Spy Secret Agent. Now I used to absolutely love this game when I was a wee boy. Basically my mum used to take me on little day trips. My dad was a lorry driver, he was always away, working away, earning the money for the family. And my mum, she didn't have a driver's license, so we used to get on the bus and she'd take me to all sorts of different places. Weston, Breen, places I can't remember the names of. We'd generally go to the arcades, and my mum would, you know, give me money to play the arcades, and it was a little adventure. It used to be an adventure on the bus, go to new places we hadn't been to and didn't know. And yeah, Sly Spy was a game I remember playing, and really enjoying, and it's a bit of a there's a bit of a sore subject with Sly Spy as well. Basically, it came out in the magazines that Sly Spy was coming out, and for the Spectrum, and I straight away ordered it from Special Reserve, and put the money, paid the money. I think you had to write a check and send it to Special Reserve, and I waited months and months for my Sly Spy, to no avail. It never arrived. So back then, when you used to have problems, you know, before the internet and things, what you used to do is I had to write to my local paper. So I wrote to the Evening Post, the Bristol Evening Post, one of the columnists there, who was always good at sort of taking on big companies and getting your money back. And yeah, I wrote to them, and the columnists, I can't remember their name. I'm ever so sorry, because they did me a good justice. They got me my money back, and yeah, Special Reserve sent me a check with the money, and I got my money back. To be honest, I don't think it was Special Reserve's fault. From my understanding now, this Sly Spy didn't come out in the UK. It did get a Hit Squad release, I believe, very late on. But for some reason, I think it only got a Spanish release, and I don't know why. But I have seen the Spanish Spectrum big box, and I'm tempted to pick it up, but it goes for strong money. The next one is another game that I do have and do own, is Narc, but also look at the, you know, look at the artwork on that. That is fantastic. You got the drug overlord there going a bit mental in the background. Some ravenous dog. Looks like a cross between a dog and one of them half-shaven cats, doesn't it? Some guy in some weirdy get-up thing, firing some guns. And your mad guy that you play. I don't know why he's got a blue mask on. But yeah, he's got a blue mask. Some big guns. And he's ready to take them on. And this is the game, the almighty saying, winners don't use drugs, which is a big push back in the 80s and early 90s. I think it's early 90s. All the arcades used to come up with the Williams, I think it's Williams, winners don't use drugs. And yeah, and this was a game which you take on drug dealers and you blast them to bits with your rocket launcher, or shoot them, or arrest them. If you stand next to them, you can arrest them. But this was one of those sort of ultra violent games. You blast these drug dealers with your rocket launchers, and they would blow up in a flail of arms and legs and heads and things going all over the place. Or you could get in a car and ram people, and it was a pretty crazy flat out action game. And the Amiga version was pretty good, and so was the Spectrum version, actually. I think the Amiga version is fairly arcade perfect, and the Spectrum version is was not to be sniffed at either. So that was Narc. And like I say, that's a crazy cover. I like that cover a lot. So, okay, YouTube, that's that one, and we'll speak to you in the next one. Cheers, thanks, goodbye.